I found something pretty interesting on the stock market here that I wanted to share with everyone. This is the Robinhood app where you can buy stocks, and I use it. Pretty much any stock that you put into the finder here, you'll see that on 3/20/2020, just about every stock out there dipped to its lowest point in the last 5 years. And I say that because it only goes back 5 years on this app. Maybe the lowest point longer than that. But there's X. That's United States Steel. You can put in Ford Motor Company, Facebook. It doesn't matter which one you look at. Just go to the 5 years. You can see the lowest place it's been is 3/20/2020. So what is that number, and why in the year that we're having a big pandemic would we have 3/20/2020? Well, the reason is, in my opinion here, and I'm pretty confident about this, is that this is the number of the Skull and Bones fraternity, 322, and it represents health, or the health fraternity. Because here's what Skull and Bones actually was. Skull and Bones was a medical fraternity. Okay, it started out at the Tacoma College of Dental Surgery. Here's a picture that was on their wall. It was taken by Hugh Squire there that I'm writing the next book about. And they weren't bad people or anything, but you saw on 9/11, what you saw was, you saw the President Bush being a Skull and Bones member. And of course, when he was challenged by Tim Russert, Tim Russert asked if he was in Skull and Bones, and then he found himself dead a week later at 3:22 p.m., And so that number is being reversed, okay? It started out as a health thing. That doesn't mean that these physicians are not bad people. But somebody's using that number that's supposed to be good and healthy, and they're using it during a pandemic concerning health, and they picked that day to dump the stock market. And somehow, a lot of these companies got the message because they all knew, or investors or something. The people knew when to get out. The people in the know all knew 3/22 pandemic put it together. And somehow, most of us don't know. But if we could pick up on these clues, we could really begin to, at least know when they're going to do these kinds of things to us. So I have no doubt whatsoever that the stock market's manipulated. There was Facebook. I never checked Facebook, but I bet it's the same thing. Let's see, 5 years. I mean, just about everything I checked was dipped way down. There it is. Yeah, there it is, right there at the bottom. That's not quite as far as it's ever been down, but still took a big, huge dive on that day. 3/22. Everything on that day, and it's related to the Skull and Bones health number that they use to represent health during a pandemic. So they dumped it on that day. It's amazing to me. Now, that doesn't mean that the people in Skull and Bones did it. Okay, I'm sure the dentists and the medical doctors had nothing to do with it. But the people in the know understand when to dump their stocks and all that, because they understand that knowledge. The wealthiest people seem to have some pretty obvious understanding of it. So, and then remember on 9/11 also, 9/11 was also about, they did that signal for Skull and Bones because the 911 is the number that you call for an emergency, So they put it together like that too. It has to do with health, and they're turning it around backwards on you. Okay, inversion of those numbers. Doesn't mean the numbers are bad. Doesn't mean people that use numbers are bad. But some people do use them for that. And there's a lot more to the story. As you know, if you watch all my blogs, you know how all this stuff is related to what they've done to Hugh. So there's a lot more to the story than just this. This is just one little snippet of it. So thanks for watching, and please like, share, and subscribe.